homies. It is your connoisseur of comics, Y290, in the building. For all the 90-holics in the chat, YouTube is 90. And I'm super excited to be back here. New comic book day. I missed you guys all last week as I was preparing for my business trip. I was in Chicago. Unfortunately, I did not get to go comic book hunting in Chicago, but I had a great time in Chicago, but I did miss being live with you guys. So I'm happy to be back. And I'm super excited because I have an incredible panel with me. And before I forget, Javi did such a great job last week on the Conquistador channel for the new comic book day show that I decided to give him this week off. And he is in Puerto Rico vacationing, enjoying his time. So you best believe, shout out to Javi for holding it down last week. Thank you, brother. He will not be here this week because, as you heard, he is in Puerto Rico. So thank you, Javi, for last week and holding it down. Enjoy your time in Puerto Rico. But, of course, we got my brother, D-Hide. D-Hide, what is going on, man?
What's going on? Not much. Another Wednesday. Now I got to fill in for Javi. I'm missing everybody. Everybody's going left and right. But all right. Miss you, Chad. Good to have you back. Javi, miss your brother. We'll be glad to have you back. Let's get on Wednesdays.
Hell yeah. So shout out to Hyde for joining us. And as you all know, the newest member of the 90 MF Comics panel, Hi Lucha Libre, my brother, Highly Comic Bro. Raul, what is going on, man?
Hello, everybody. Javi's actually in the chat. Javi, I'm you proud, son. Have an awesome time in Puerto Rico. Hello, everybody. Man, I'm excited tonight, man. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a great show.
No, it's going to be an incredible show because not only do we have a very, very special guest for you guys, he is a dear personal friend of mine as well. And you guys have seen him all over YouTube before, especially if you're subscribed to MCE. And George, I know you make that face in the backstage, but of course, everyone on my channel already knows that for any and all Marvelous Entertainment, they must be subscribed to the MCE channel. And we got the Marvelous Knight himself, George from MCE. What is going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Happy to be here.
I am super stoked that you're making your debut on the 90 Miles from Comics channel. So thank you for being here, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
No, this is going to be a ton of fun because we have a great panel for you guys. We have a ton of great content to be talking about, and I'm super excited. Once again, new comic book day. It's been 2 weeks since I've been live on my channel, so I'm really, really happy to be back. So before we hop into the awesome comic book content that we're going to be sharing with you guys, we're just going to shout out the chat real quick. First, most importantly, he's always lurking in the chats. We got Perry Comics. What's going on, Perry? Appreciate you for joining us. As Hi Lucha Libre mentioned, and I mentioned earlier, we got the Conquistador himself all the way from Puerto Rico holding it down in the chat. He couldn't be here live with us, but he's throwing that blue wrench in the chat, so make sure you guys are acting appropriately because Javi will lay down the hammer if he has to. We also have, well, Hi Lucha Libre, he's on the panel and in the chat. What's going on, man? We got Edrigan Montoya up in here and our brother Steve Whiting. And as the show gets on, more and more people will start trickling in, as we all know. And we're here to talk comics. That's why we're here. And I'm super stoked because, George, I know statues and collectibles are more your lane, but there's been a super, super hot title out that you've been on every week. And I must say, it's incredible that every Wednesday I'm getting a text message from George like, bro,
that's awesome.
Did you read that?
That's awesome.
You know? So we'll be diving a little deeper into House of X and Powers of 10 this week because that's why George is here. And that's the one comic I know he's reading. So when we get to George, we'll let him expand on what he's been reading on those things. But before we get there, Hyde, it's been 2 weeks since I seen you and 2 weeks since I've known what you've been reading. So catch me up, brother.
Well, if you want to see what I read last week, we'll watch last week's show because I don't have it in hand. But,
unfortunately, I was not able to be in the live chat last week, but I will go rewatch that.
But yeah, no, what I did read this week, I got my 2 for the week. And first one I will say is Black Widow, or should I say Web Black Widow by Jody Hauser and Stephen Mooney. And yeah, this was good. It wasn't anything like amazing. It wasn't ball busting, but it's a nice start to a spy thriller thing. Like, starts off slow, a lot of action. The art's pretty awesome. Art's beautiful, but it's all right. It's good. Could get better. And next on the docket is Everything on Dark Horse. Just some indie book I picked up by Christopher Cantwell and L.N.J. Colbert. It's a really weird horror thing about a Walmart opening up and some weirdness is going on. You don't know what weirdness just yet. It's just a lot of weird stuff.
And
It's real ambiguous, and you're being introduced to the characters, and yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it. What were we gonna ask?
no, I was just gonna say, if there's one thing I know, man, if you want to find weird stuff, you go to Walmart at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart at 2 a.m. You will see some of the weirdest things in your life during that time. So I've been at Walmart at 2 a.m. You'll see full-blown families shopping, like grocery shopping, like 7 kids. I'm like, yo, shouldn't these kids be in bed? But no, it's weird because they're grocery shopping with mom and dad at 2 a.m. So that is super, super cool. Name, what was that title again, Hyde?
Everything.
Everything. All right. And you can find everything at Walmart. So that is the perfect title for that book, I think. That's super cool, man. Sweet, man. Hi, Lucha Libre. What did you read?
All right. I didn't read too much, but I'm going to showcase 3 books. The first one I read was Something is Killing the Children. And this was pretty good, man. Don't know a lot about what's going on. You just know the kids are being killed. And this chick shows up with a machete or something, and she's about to throw down the law. But there's something behind it because she's like calling people, hey, I'm here. This is going on. And she's going to lay down the wood. Pretty good read, man. I enjoyed it very much. Immortal Hulk.
Bro.
This is a throwdown issue.
I hope it's not. I mean, the rumors are that it's ending, and I hope not, man.
People are saying it's not, man. People saying it's not. This issue was like the throwdown issue. So next issue, I can't wait. Every issue, I can't wait. And my book of the week was House of X4. A lot of stuff happens in this one. I was lucky enough to get the Starjammers cover.
That's a dope cover.
It's a dope cover, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
You see that? The Brood?
Yeah, I see that.
Brood, oh, dude, it's just a badass cover. It's the one I really wanted, so.
Bro, speaking of Starjammers, I need me that X-Men 107, man.
I think I have it.
I need me one of those, bro. First appearance of Starjammers. And
yeah, I think I own that one.
Actually, you know what? I don't know if you can pull that one out, Hi Lucha Libre, or if you have it next to you, George, but maybe I should use that.
I got it. Wait up. Well, if you give me a second, I'll pull it out.
Yeah, maybe we'll show that off for our spec segment, because you know what? I can dive in a little deeper on why I might spec on Starjammers a little later. And there you go. Before we went live, I was like, guys, I don't have a spec segment this week, but just off the top of my head, Starjammers. We'll get into that a little later.
You want me to look for it real quick?
Yeah. We'll look for that a little later.
It'll take me a second, man. She'll be back back here.
Sweet.
Give me a minute. All right, go ahead. You guys go ahead. As you were, you know.
All right. Well, I got a ton of stuff. I mean, George, we know you read House of X and Powers of 10, right?
Right.
Did you read anything else outside of that? Because sometimes you like to read some back issue stuff. I know that.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Not at the moment. All right.
No.
So before we kick it to you, because once we kick it to you, we're going to dive a little deeper into those issues. I'm going to go ahead and catch the chat up on what I've been reading. And it's been 2 weeks since I've been live. So you guys already know I got a ton of stuff to talk about reading-wise. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what that is. And, well, real quick, before I forget, because I almost forgot, Hi Lucha reminded me of this. And now that we have more people in here, real quick, today is definitely a day to remember for anyone here in the States. And it is 9/11. So real quick, I'm just going to do about 11 seconds for 9/11 of silence to just honor and remember everyone part of that tragic day, unfortunately. So with that being said, we're going to have about 11 seconds of silence right now for you guys, and then we'll be back talking some books. All right, now I'm going to bring everyone back in. So for those of you that have just joined us, once again, we just took a quick moment just to honor those of 9/11 because it's once again super sad day. And I can recall that day, but we don't want to live through that. We want to be positive and talk about comic books. So that's why we're here. So straight to it, everything that I've been reading in the last 2 weeks that you guys have not seen. So real quick, I know I've already read this, but I just want to show it off, man. And I showed it off a couple weeks ago, bro. But this is the second print of TMNT issue 95, the first appearance of the female turtle, Jenica. And this is the backside of that issue. So I don't want to say it's a wraparound cover. It just has two covers. It's got a front cover and a back cover. And I reread this issue, and I just love this back cover of this book. And Eastman killed this. So I just wanted to show that off real quick. And of course, if we're talking turtles, this came out 2 weeks ago, Shredder in Hell, Part 4. And once again, this is a book that I cannot just recommend enough. Matteo Santulaku is doing the art and doing the story in this book, and he continues to just blow my mind and where he's taken Shredder and what he does with the story and the art. Phenomenal. You have to read it. Shredder is battling demons within himself to, of course, I guess, be reborn. And if you guys are reading that TMNT line, he was, killed in issue 50. So this is pretty much like his coming back. I'm not going to go into details on how that happens and what he's doing in hell, but he is redeeming himself in hell, so to speak, so he can get back to the actual world and take back what is his, which is the Foot Clan. So definitely, if you guys have not checked this out, you want to go get on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder in Hell issue number 4. The series ends in 2 more issues, so it's an incredible miniseries that I can't recommend enough. So those are some of my indie books that I've been reading. And this one is indie/DC, and that's Batman TMNT issue number 4. Once again, I think this is my favorite concept of the Batman TMNT team-ups. A lot of fun. This is the variant cover. I try to get all the Eastman covers, but this is a team-up between Eastman and 2 other artists, which is really cool. So you got the blend of the early 80s Eastman throughout the cover, plus I forgot the main artist's name on this run, but he's the other guy that's partnered up with it, and the original artist from the original run, and that's what you see on here. So a lot of fun there. As you guys know, I'm out about everything Absolute Carnage. Issue number 2 of Scream. We get to see the first full appearance of the new Scream and what adventure she's taking on and how she's going to pretty much go toe-to-toe with Carnage at one point. And that is what this issue is about. If you want to know how she comes in contact with Carnage, you want to read this book because that's what this book is all about. A lot of fun, and enjoyed every moment of it. And like everyone else, Immortal Hulk, issue 22. Great stuff, as High Lucha Libre said earlier. I can't talk enough about it. I loved every moment of this book. I hope it is not ending. You have the team up of what seems to be like this Hulk flight team. I don't know if that really gives anything away, but you got this Hulk team versus this abomination that is going on, and you want to see what happens because this is just heading towards a phenomenal, I think, ending. I'm sorry to say this, High Lucha Libre, but I feel like this is ending and this is heading that way. So I loved every panel of this book. You definitely want to go check it out. And Absolute Carnage issue number 2. I don't think I talked about this. I love everything that Donny Cates is doing. I know that everyone is on the next 2 books that I'm going to be showing you guys, but I've mentioned this before. We are super, super lucky to be part of an era where we have 2 major events that are going on and 2 major events that are both really, really good. Absolute Carnage is right there with me with Powers of 10, and House of X. I think Donny Cates is killing this, and he has pretty much put everyone as a target, which is phenomenal. So Absolute Carnage issue number 2, get your hands on it. House of X, the book that everyone was talking about last week. This was phenomenal. Phenomenal. You can't talk. Yeah, you have. I'm sorry, Hyde. We're probably going to spoil some things.
Oh, I know.
So just be ready for it, man. Like, can't talk enough about it. This was a cover. Get caught up in your Venom, because Venom came out today, issue 18, and something badass happened today in Venom 18, and Venom 17 sets that up. So if you guys have not read this, definitely go check that out, because in issue number 17, it forefronts Dylan. And if you guys know, about 2 weeks ago on the show, I was specking on Venom number 9, the first full appearance of Dylan, and issue 17 pretty much confirms my speculations. And I think you definitely want to go get your hands on this book if you have not yet. And issue 17, like I said, is definitely forefronting Dylan. Eventually, Dylan is going to get the Venom symbiote. We just don't know when. And you want to make sure you have his first appearance, because when that happens, people are going to be blowing their minds over it. So issue 17 of Venom. I love everything that Donny Cates is doing. A ton of fun, good stuff, and it's all tied into Absolute Carnage. So that's pretty much everything that I've been reading, trying to catch you guys up. There's still a couple more things. I've been reading Thor, which has been really good as well. And I can't talk enough about Old Man Quill. Issue 9 came out last week? And this is another book, man. If you loved Old Man Logan and if you loved Old Man Hawkeye, this might be better than both of them. I know John's Comics with Kids has come out and said that, and I'm going to join him with that. Old Man Quill might be the best Old Man series that they have put out, and I cannot believe it. So each issue continues to get better. I'm super excited to see what is going on there. And that has been my 2-week wrap up. I'm trying to make that quick and short and simple for you guys, but that's everything I've been reading over the last 2 weeks. You guys have not seen me. So get your hands on it if you have not. Go get your books, as I like to say, people. So that's everything your boy Y290's been reading. And that will bring us to our special guest today. And we're about to, I know he seems like he's never been on a comic book show. He was a little nervous. I'm gonna throw him out there right there. So we're gonna keep it over to George.
This dude.
And bro, you're gonna be fine. Just tell everyone what you think and what your thoughts on Powers of 10, House of X, and don't worry, Hailey and I are gonna join you in this conversation because there's a lot to be said on this. So go ahead and let the people know what you have been reading, George.
Like Chad's been saying, I've been reading House of X and Power of 10. The last, like I said, if you guys are only going by 2 weeks, the last 2 issues have been mind-blowing for me. I think House of X3 set up the important mission that the X-Men were going on, and when they were going there, I had the whole X-Men theme music playing in my head, and everybody that I'm reading, I'm hearing the voice.
Yeah. Oh, bro, for sure.
Oh man, like every time I hear Wolverine talking, I got it in my head, right? And then House of X last week, drops that big anvil on me, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe what's going on, man. And then this new one, I felt like very much like I guess like how I was surprised with Thor Ragnarok with this latest issue. It's like, there was a lot more humor in it than I was expecting, and not in a bad way. I thought it was great. It was well paced and everything, and very cool. So I'm confused a little bit again, but I think I got some answers for what may happen, what happened in the previous comic, and what may happen next. But yeah, man, I'm pumped about it, man. I love it.
No, Hickman has been killing it. It's definitely been the talk of the comic book community. I think one of the things that's really helping it is that it's coming out weekly in a sense. Even though there's 2 different titles, you're getting every week just a little more, and it's just helping you keep, even though it's a little like, there's a lot of questions to your point, George. I'm there with you on that. But because we're getting it every week, it seems those questions slowly get answered. You know what I mean? And you're not waiting a month like some of these other titles that we kind of have to wait for. You'll read it, and then you almost forget what happens because a whole month goes by, and you've read probably like 5 or 6 other titles in between then. What's great about this is every week, it's like pretty fresh in your mind. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that's really helping it, especially as an event, because some events in comic books, they, we all have been there. Doomsday Clock is the perfect example.
Compare it to Doomsday.
It's almost 2 years ongoing, and it still has not ended. You know what I mean? Which is pretty crazy. So I think the one thing that's helping it, even though at parts it's confusing because you're like, yo, what's like the one question that I have in this series is what timeline is this? Because they pretty much, set like, all right, you have year one, year 100 and all that. Like,
1,
is it,
1,000.
we go all the way up to year 1,000. Like, what timeline is this? Is it year 6? That's the 1 year that they have not mentioned yet, or timeline 6. Like
her life, right?
Yeah, and I guess spoiler in Moria's life right there, because for those of you that are reading it, and we're probably about what
more than half.
3 or 4 issues past Mora. So if you guys don't know at this point, spoiler alert, 90MF Comics used to be all about the spoilers, but we tried to step away from that. But at this point, they're pushing Mora as a full-blown powerful mutant, and it's something that you probably saw coming but didn't see coming at the same time, which is awesome. But the one timeline that she has not touched on, so to speak, is timeline 6. So that's the one that I keep referring. I'm like, this has to be that timeline or the future of that timeline, right? But then again, I don't know, because each week something comes out with one of these timelines that kind of throws in a little like gotcha moment. You know what I mean? Like, so
I think it's coming out next issue. House of X5, I think it's going to have that timeline in it. It's one of the highlighted books in that guide that they came out with. And the first highlighted book was issue 2 of House of X, which was humongous. It pretty much set the table for the whole series. The next one that's highlighted is the one that comes out next week with Apocalypse on the covers. That's issue 5 of House of X. So I'm not saying it is going to be in that issue, but something big is coming in that issue next week. And it's crazy because every week something big happens.
It seems that way, right? Like they
crazy.
Hickman keeps adding and then there's certain parts of the community that love it, and there's other parts of it like, yo, I'm so confused, like they're out of it. But
and that's okay, and that's all right, man. We're all confused. I don't understand it all. I'll be lying if I said I did. I don't.
But at the same time, Hickman is taking characters that we all love and know. And I'll say this, not this week's issue, but last week's issue.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Wolverine. Bro.
Nightcrawler.
Bro.
Cyclops and Wolverine. That whole.
And then when he was just like, yo, go. Like, they're like, I was just like, oh, okay. And then when Wolverine just went ham, I was just like, damn.
Dude,
hell yeah.
And that takes you back all the way to Days of Future Past. It was the same feel when, okay, this is a 30-year-old, 40-year-old book. I'm not spoiling anything here. When Wolverine dies in Days of Future Past, it harkened right back to that issue last week. It was just, it's just amazing stuff, bro. Amazing writing.
Bro, Hickman killing it. And what's great is he's taken the lore that we all love, but he's pushing it to another area or level that we don't know. He's honoring it, but he's also putting it somewhere we don't know where it's going or where it's been, in a sense. And it's because he's created these timelines. You know what I'm saying? So
it shows that Hickman loves the original Claremont run. It influenced him. It's just showing his love for all things X-Men. And he's just bettering the story, man. It's just amazing stuff.
And not that we don't have great people in the chat, but one person I just have to highlight real quick because he's never able to join us during the live chat.
I see him, man. I see him.
It's my brother, Brian. Take the Time Collectibles, because he's running a shop right now for New Comic Book Day as he's trying to get out of there. So, Brian, thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate you being here, man.
Hi, man.
He just actually put out a recent haul video, and he had some great books in that haul, so go check that out if you haven't. But wanted to shout out Brian real quick, and I know he's reading this as well, bro, because the entire comic book community is reading this. Now, George, while I have you here, has there been one moment in either title, House of X or Powers of 10, that has really just struck you, that you just were like, damn?
Yeah, the House of X4, the last one. Yeah, man. When all that went down, I mean, I literally like put the book down. I kind of felt like similar way that I felt at the end of Endgame when Iron Man, when I knew at that moment, okay, Iron Man is not going to survive this. That's how I felt. I was sitting there and I was just like almost ready to be teary-eyed at that moment. I put the book. I was reading it digitally, but I put the iPad down and I look over at my boy. I'm like, "Have you read House of X4?" So he's like, "No." So I was like, "Here," and I gave him the iPad. I was like, "Stop whatever it is you're doing, read it." And then he got back to me at lunch. So yeah, man.
No,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and John mentioned, he goes, that last issue was kind of a kooky ride, quite confusing. Yes, but I feel like it touched some. I mean, the Days of Future Past with Wolverine, and it struck some strings with me with everything with Jean, and then how the book opens up and how I guess Xavier's able. The whole connecting thing was awesome. I thought, and then how everyone's connected, and then it seems that they're all transported to, I guess, the mind of, what timeline that whatever is that all going on. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to like reveal too much for those that haven't read it yet, but how they all connect, how they jump to whatever timeline that is all going on. And then when shit happens, bro, and when shit goes down, and I guess
it goes down.
Bro, that's the only way I can say it, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
it goes down, dude.
Bro, Cyclops, when he sends that message, I ain't coming back. You're like, damn, like this is some real shit going down. And then I just love that whole, I guess, the mother mold and how they've made what the mother mold, what it is. Like that whole panel when I guess the two sections get taken out. You know what I mean? And just
the Mystique part, it was like, oh my
right. God. That was the first one, and that one struck me. Like even at the beginning when they say, what happened at the beginning, I was like, okay, he's already gone, and then I'm like, that to me was like, okay, that's an 18 person. So then then you go to that Mystique scene, and she's like reaching out. And it's like, what the hell, man? So,
and how quickly that happens.
Yeah.
Bro, how quickly. It was just like, all right, cool. Bam, next page, done.
But then I felt like the thing with the TV, right? Like, okay, so I didn't see it happen. So if I didn't see it happen, is it real? Did it really happen? So I'm like, it's gonna in a couple pages, I'm gonna get an answer, right? And then we make it all the way to the end, and I get no answer for nothing. And I was like, oh,
that was the answer, bro.
Yeah,
that was the answer.
Yeah.
Really good stuff, dude.
But I feel like this issue here maybe gave an out on this issue of Powers of X.
Yeah.
And
it gave a lot more questions, man. Because, all right, I can't say they give you a lot of questions, man. A lot of questions in this book. And if you know what I mean, if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about, dude. Because, all right, I'll leave it at that.
And we still have how many more issues?
Four
more issues, right?
Two of each.
And then it starts to break off to the other titles that they're going to be rolling out. Yeah. Now, with that being said, can I ask you guys, once the two main titles finish up, are you going to be reading any of the other X-Men titles? Because me personally, what was really hard for me to get back into X-Men, and I know George kind of experienced this as well, so many things had happened. There were so many different titles going on. You're not sure which thing is connected to what and this and that. Are you guys going to continue reading all the titles after this? Or are you going to stick to maybe what Hickman is writing?
I'm sticking to Hickman.
I'll stick to Hickman.
You stick to Hickman?
I would want to read Hickman, but I'm curious because I do want to read more comics. Right now, I'm hooked on this one, and I feel like it's getting me back in. So I kind of want to just read a couple of the others and see if it's even worth moving on to them.
Yeah, right. And I'm almost in the same boat as you, George, because now that I guess I have somewhat of a base, not that I understand everything in this base, so to speak, because that's what Hickman does. He likes to just feed you little things here and there, and then as he tells more of his story towards the end, he'll wrap everything up. Like that's kind of like how he likes to do things, or he'll feed you one thing here, you'll kind of forget about it, and then he'll bring it back. So I'm, of course, excited to see what he's going to be doing with his titles, but I'm interested to see how this is going to relate to the other titles that he's not writing and what say he has in those titles with those writers. And because of that, I may be interested to read some of those, and I might be into them, I might not be, so I'm not too sure. So anything that Hickman is writing, I'll definitely keep on my pull list. That's without a doubt. So great stuff, man. I don't know if you guys want to add anything else onto it before we hop off it. But
what I've read, it's great, and I will continue. I just need to catch on up.
Bro, catch up, bro. You have until next week to catch up. Hi.
Yeah.
Next week, you
and
know.
We're gonna do an after show. In the after show, we're gonna just spoil it all for each other, and we're gonna talk shit. We won't do it in the actual show, okay?
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I did a really good job of zoning out too. I didn't get.
I should have just removed you from the panel.
No, it was a test. I did good. I did good. Did some online shopping.
Awesome.
Hey, I found the book.
You found the book. All right, perfect. Yeah. And then I know you guys, I mean, the issue that came out today, and I think John mentioned earlier, that was the issue that I guess he wasn't too fond of. I love the issue that came out today. I did read it. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it forefronted a character that we all love in a sense. And I thought it was really cool, but we'll, I guess, shed a little more light on that when we talk about new comic book day pickups and all that type of stuff. Right. So that being said, little spec talk. I know I said earlier I wasn't going to have it, but now we're going to have a little spec talk. And I want High Lucha Libre to show the book if you can real quick.
All right. This is X-Men 107.
The first appearance of Starjammers, a book I need to add.
Starjammers and Gladiator right there. He's from the Shi'ar Empire, and this is the first appearance of the Starjammers, Cyclops, Alex Summers, Father. It's a few of them, man. They got some weird ass names, so I'm not even gonna try to read them.
It's pretty much, you can almost say it's like the X-Men of
exactly.
of
Guardians of the Galaxy type team. You know what I'm saying?
And that is the perfect leadway into why I would spec on that book, because if I'm the MCU and eventually if I want to bring in the X-Men, how am I going to do that? That could be a very good way that you can see, because Guardians and Starjammers have teamed up before in comics. So that might be a way that they introduce mutants into the MCU. Now, I'm not necessarily the X-Men, but if the Guardians somehow come across the path of the Starjammers in the galaxy, because the galaxy is very wide and very vast, and now that we know, it seems that Thor is joining the Guardians, after the end of the end, after Endgame, it seems like, he might be part of that Guardians team or the Asgardians team. And if I'm Marvel Cinematic Universe, a great way to introduce mutants could be the Starjammers. Somehow the Guardians can cross paths with those guys, and that might be great speculation for those of you out there that are collecting and want to spec on books, because the moment that happens, forget about it. That book will skyrocket. It's a very affordable book right now, and it's a great team. And for those of you guys that are into X-Men, Chris Claremont wrote it. Great team, like I said before, and eventually they team up with the Guardians down the line. So great stuff. Starjammers, X-Men 107. That would be my spec of the week, and definitely go get that in your collections, guys.
This is Chris Claremont and Dave Cockrum on art.
All right.
So, and 9.4, bro. That's a nice copy.
Thank you.
Yeah, look at you and your Bronze Age stuff, bro.
You know me, bro.
Yeah, bro. Bro, High Lucha Libre is like a Bronze Age.
Love me the Bronze Age.
Bro, that's your era for sure, man. For sure, man. So little spec talk for you guys there. And now that will bring us to everyone's favorite segment, Javi's Variant Corner, Stash or Trash. We're about to stash or trash some variants coming out in the upcoming future. And since Javi is not here, shout out to Javi because we know he's in the chat. Hi Lucha Libre is going to go ahead and show us these variants this week. He put together the variant list. So hi Lucha Libre, if you can get that first variant up for me, we'll go ahead and highlight for the chat so we can stash or trash it. Now, George, I mentioned this on that Geek Show. I kind of stole this player name.
Nah, man.
I kind of made it comic related, and we're stash or trashing things right now.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You go ahead. I can see it. So when you switch it, I can have it pop up. And shout out real quick to Comics with Bueller in the chat. Bueller, we appreciate you for being here. We also got Chad, RCG. Chad, I don't know who you are, but you're Chad, and I'm Chad. And I don't know a Chad in this world that isn't badass. So thank you for being here, brother. And I'm sure you're a pretty badass dude, man. So that being said, we're going to stash or trash. Hi, Lucha Libre. What do we got up first, man?
This is Joker, Year of the Villain #1.
All right. Do you know who the artist is on this?
No, man. I did this really quick. I'm not the hobby. I'm just happy I found 6.
Awesome, bro. Hell
I'm
yeah.
not the hobby specialist here with the stash or trash corner.
All right. Well, go ahead and lead us off, Hi, Lucha Libre. Are you stashing or trashing this, man?
Dude, this one's a big if, and if it's an if, I'm gonna say trash.
Oh, wow.
Someone said it last week, dude. I'm a little over the Joker, the whole Joker, man. It's like Joker overkill, dude. I can't wait to see the movie, but it's just all these variants. But I'm gonna trash it because I'm iffy. Although I gotta say, I do love the skull. I love me some skulls.
Now, I'm on the opposite end with you. I'm stashing this one. I mean, for those of you guys that follow the channel, I'm a big Batman fan. I love me some Batman. I love me some Joker. I think this is a great cover. Yeah, can they oversaturate the market with Joker? For sure. But I think this is a cool little cover, man. I like that it's a Virgin variant as well. And I also dig the whole skull. And it's got like this, you know, Hamlet type. I'm not saying it is Hamlet, but it's got this Hamlet feel to me that I enjoy. So I'm stashing this bad boy. And make sure you guys in the chat let us know if you're stashing or trashing this one. George, what you doing with this one, man?
Yeah, I say stash it. It's cool. It's got a cool look to it.
All right. Hyde, where you at on this one, man?
I gotta say, I like the composition. Trash.
You think the Joker's played out?
Yeah, a little bit, but mostly there's just something about it that bugs me. I don't know what. It's not like bad, but it bothers me. It really does.
It's like too cartoony, right?
To put it in the words of Frank Reynolds, its smug aura mocks me.
Yeah.
All right.
There's something about it.
And it confirmed from Chad and Brian, it's Philip Tan, that the artist on this cover. So shout out to those guys in the chat. Normally Javi is way more prepared for this segment than we are. So shout out to Javi.
Hey, bro, I don't want this job. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yo, what's the next one, brother?
All right.
We got a Spawn variant. All right.
301 Virgin variant. Not sure who did this one. And I'll go first, dude. This is a stash all day, bro. This is beautiful. Oh my God.
No, I think I'm with you on it as well. It looks like it has a lot of like little details in it too. Like it's kind of hard to see, you know, not in front of you, so to speak. But no, I'm stashing this one as well. I'm not the hugest Spawn fan, but this is a cool variant. I dig it.
Brian says it's Alex Ross.
Is it Ross? Wow.
That's what he's saying. Brian knows his books, bro.
No, well, you know, but yeah, Brian runs a shop, so of course. So yeah, so Alex Ross cover there for you guys. Yeah. On that alone, I'm stashing because Alex Ross is one of my favorite artists of all time. What about you, George?
Meh, I'm okay with it. I probably still would stash it, but I mean, my feelings on it is that it's kind of a Spider-Man type of pose, and the background color blends too much in with the cape. I wish they would have went with like a green color or something and made it pop a little bit more.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's still cool. So.
All right. You can trash it. Don't be afraid. These guys trash that first one, bro.
I gotta stash it.
You'll say, all right. Hyde, what about you on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna stash it. No, yeah, I like it. It's good. It's Alex Ross. I was like, oh, I like this, and don't want to scream at it automatically.
I
But
will say what I think is cool about it.
I like it.
Spawn doesn't feel like your typical Alex Ross, but that background has that, super detailed look. I feel like I was mentioning earlier. It's got some detail in it that I can't quite see without it being in front of me. But the Spawn himself doesn't feel like Alex Ross because typically he's got that ultra realistic feel, So I don't know how you would make Spawn feel that way. But yeah, I can kind of see what you're saying a little bit on that end, Hyde, and what you're saying as well, George. But I'm still stashing it. I think it's a great cover. I think it's cool. And then, of course, it's got that Spider-Man feel. But as they've gotten closer to Spawn 300, George, McFarlane's kind of been doing those homages, and that's kind of what you kind of feel right there. So
I don't know how many Sabbath fans are out there, but all the skeletons, they remind me of that classic. I don't remember which album it was, but it reminds me of a Sabbath album that had all the little skulls coming out during Apocalypse. That's a badass cover, dude. I'm sorry. I love it. All right. Next one. A little Sabbath homage right there for me. All right.
A little Morbius, eh?
Morbius, yes. This is, I don't know what this is. Morbius 1, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm sure Brian will let us know who this is. Dude, I'm gonna stash it. I like it. I like the black, the red, it's a cool ass pose. It looks like he's in a cemetery. Who doesn't like cemeteries? Maybe the dead don't like cemeteries, but it's a stash for me, guys.
All right. I'm just not a Morbius fan. So that might be the reason why I trash it. But when it comes an artistic standpoint, I do think it looks good. Artistic wise, I think it looks cool. I'm not sure about this Morbius pose and like what he's doing here.
He kind of looks like a rocker, right?
The rocker, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's singing. It looks like he's singing.
Yeah, like I don't know if he's like fronting a band here or something like that. But yeah,
glam band.
Yeah, I'm going ahead. I'm gonna trash this one. It's not really up my alley.
Yeah, it looks like something that'd be like airbrushed on the side of a electro goth band's van. Like,
yeah. I'm gonna say trash also. I'm not feeling it that much.
Dude,
I agree.
still like
it's like airbrush.
Stash for me. I like it. And you, Hyde?
Oh.
All right, let's go to the next one. All right. This is another no, it's different. All right.
Oh, that's dope.
You got this one, Chad.
That came out today, right?
I don't know. I think it comes out next week.
Symbiote Vengeance.
It doesn't. I don't know if it came out today. I didn't see this.
Maybe it didn't come out today. I think it might be coming out next week. But no, I think it's cool. I'm stashing this one. I'm a Carnage fan, and I'm a Cosmic Ghost Rider fan. But Ghost Rider is cool. But I think everything about this cover is pretty. I mean, you got that super iconic Ghost Rider on the bike, flames, and you got the chains of Sidorak getting ready to wrap around. And I think this version of Carnage is kind of cool. So I'm stashing this one. I think I dig it. I'm not sure exactly who the artist is on this one as well. But I'm stashing.
It's a scan.
And it did come out today. I knew I was right.
Yeah, but it's a store exclusive.
So it's a scan variant. Oh,
Yeah,
scan variant. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm stashing it. I dig it.
I dig it too, man. That's a stash for me.
Yeah, anything with Ghost. Well, for me anyway. I see Ghost Rider and all of a sudden I want it. So yeah, I'll stash it. It's dope.
George, it kind of looks like that famous statue, don't it? With
yes,
the
it does. It does.
Yeah,
like when I see that, I'm just like, that looks awesome.
Yeah, bro.
The one that Junior
looks
picked up.
I wish I could get that statue.
Yeah, the one that Junior got. Yeah, man.
What does that statue go for, George?
XM Studios. XM Studios Ghost Rider. It's pricey. That's the only reason why I haven't picked it up.
Dude, it looks just like that statue, man.
It does look identical.
Yeah.
It's even got the chain whipping around like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the wheels, right?
To me, That was one of the best statues XM Studios put out. A lot of people rate the Magneto higher, and the Magneto is really awesome as well. But the Ghost Rider, it's one of the pieces that when you walk in the room, you just gotta look at it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. When Junior showed that piece off, man, it was definitely eye catching. I mean, not the biggest Ghost Rider fan, but from just an appreciation of art, that statue is phenomenal, and that's why I think this cover is great, because it once again it reminds me of that. It's got that look, and I'm stashing it. Hyde.
Yeah, soft stash. It's cool.
Yeah. It's a soft stash from Hyde. It's a soft stash. All right. Yo, what's popping, Seth? We got Seth in the building. What's popping, everybody? So
I got something to show Steph later, so that's cool he showed up.
all right, so Seth,
All right,
you gotta
guys.
stick around, or has it got something to show you later, bro?
I got one more book. I had another one, but I don't know what happened to it, dude. I might have deleted it by mistake. So this is the last book, and we'll see what you guys think. This is Masters of the
He-Man?
Universe 1.
It's He-Man.
Yeah, He-Man.
I'm not feeling it.
Neither am I.
I don't like how it's breaking apart. It feels like it's 3 different or 5, 6 different versions of He-Man or something like that. I'm not sure. It doesn't have that original He-Man feel to me, which I guess I like. I'm not digging it. I'm trashing this one.
Wow.
Yeah, me too.
Hyde. George trash. Chad trash. Hyde.
Yeah, it's not too great, and I don't really. Yeah, it's He-Man. Trash.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my turn. I don't know what you guys are talking about. This captures absolutely nothing of He-Man. This is trash all day, bro. Oh my God. I saw this and I just had to put it in because this is horrendous, bro. Horrendous.
Bad.
Yeah,
That
bro.
is bad, bro. All right, that's it for. I don't know what do these people. What's the chat say?
I'm not sure. Well, we got a couple passes from Dark Mufasa, our MCE family. What is going on, Dark Mufasa? I mean, we had a couple stashes, I think, from the previous book with the Ghost Rider and Carnage. On this one, I'm not too sure. But, yeah, I'm not feeling this one at all, man. Like,
Brian says it's Inyuk Lee, and usually he puts out some good books, some beautiful covers, man. But, bro, he missed the mark on this one, man.
yeah, it just does not capture He-Man at all, I feel like. It doesn't feel like He-Man.
I don't know
It
what
looks so weird with the shoulder pad there. I keep forgetting when the camera's at, so my hand gets all in the way. But so you see where the shoulder pad is on the left the left arm?
Uh-huh.
The way it's chopped like that, and then you just see the bare shoulder, it just looks strange. Like they forgot to complete it or something. I don't.
He looks deformed. He looks like he looks deformed, dude.
Yeah, like the way. Yeah, well, I guess whatever pose that he's in, it's got this Ramita Jr. feel to me, bro. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm talking
And then you
about.
look at the top one, the right. It looks like he has no shoulder on that one.
Right.
And his
It's
head,
like-
or his head's covering it. It's just his big ass forearm there.
Yeah, it's
And it's Prince Valiant haircut.
Prince Valiant hair.
Like Sugar from No Country for Old Men. He's got the same kind of Prince Valiant.
Oh,
Yeah, he does. He does. Wow, good call there, Hyde. Great call. Too funny.
All right.
All right. All right,
That's
flip through them real
very-
quick for the people so
All
they
right, we
can
got
see it.
He-Man. We got the Symbiote of Vengeance #1.
I think it's a one shot too.
We got the Morbius Rocker, Glam Rock. We got the Black Sabbath homage, Spawn 301.
And I
And
think
we-
it's Black Sabbath, the original album that you're thinking of, High Lucha.
It's a Black Sabbath album, man.
Yeah. But I think it's Black Sabbath 1.
It has all the little skeletons running around killing people in it. It's an old time album. I think it might have been a greatest hits. I'm not sure.
You could be
And
right.
then Joker, Year of the Villain.
All right. And that was this week's Stash or Trash. And I can speak for High Lucha Libre without a doubt on this one. We can't wait for Javi to get back.
Yeah.
Javi, can't wait to have you back, son.
Javi did a great job for that segment, and he
Yeah, dude, Javi's really good at it, dude.
and he finds
Seamless.
covers.
Seamless
Yeah.
with Javi.
And he finds covers coming out way in advance,
Yeah.
and he's prepared. But Javi, we missed you on that segment. It is not the same.
Hey, wait. In my defense, when did you tell me this?
Oh, right before the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean,
you.
Well,
Thank you, buddy.
I tried. You tried. We did the best. We know we ain't Javi. So
I like it. Yeah, this is spawned by who I don't know.
it's too good. Too good. All right, guys. Well, that will bring us to probably my favorite part of the show, and that's what we've picked up either today or throughout the week. And George, even if you didn't pick up a comic book, but if you picked up some awesome statue or some awesome toy you want to talk about, you are more than welcome to bring that up in this segment, because that's what this segment is about, what we picked up. Hi, did you make it to the comic book shop today or this week?
Yes, I did make it to the comic bar shop.
Comic bar shop. Awesome.
But yeah, no, totally. Yep, I got a handful of things, not much. I picked this up from last week, Countdown to Millennium. Whatever this is going to be. I'm not too sure. But, I like Legion of Superheroes and stuff, and that might be something Bendis is great at writing. After that, we got New Daredevil. And I love Bendis.
Chip Zdarsky has been killing this.
So good. Like, I love this thing and can't wait to pretty much get off with you guys and read it. Like, yeah, it's... Oh, I didn't notice the cover. The nice little Spidey mask popping out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Then we got Venom. Venom.
Some awesome things happen in today's issue. If you guys have not read it yet, you definitely want to make sure that you read this one for sure.
And then I got Silver Surfer Black, which a cool Ron Lim variant.
Oh, nice, dude! I did not see that one on the show.
Beautiful variant.
Wow, super cool. Libre, did you see that one with the skull?
No, I did not.
You would have picked that one up, huh?
I would have picked it up. It kind of goes with the one that came out a couple of weeks ago with the Thor.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the variant for Silver Surfer Black with Thor.
All right, and now I got King Thor.
Yes.
Pretty excited about this.
The final conclusion of Jason Aaron on Thor, so I'm excited to read that one as well, Hyde. Great pick.
And this I kind of picked up. This was a $1 thing. This was in the rack, and it's the worst cover I've ever seen in my life. And I want to do like a special where we just talk about this for an hour on.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see this.
We'll just do it brief. Kind of hold your words, because it's like the worst thing ever. It's the last issue of the original Star Wars series. Like, look at this.
The Lando is classic.
Yeah, look at Chewbacca's face. And we got the French cockroach. Yeah, no, we can't do it. I want to do a whole,
You want to have a whole show just about that?
Yeah, I'll do it on my channel. I'll let you out. Everybody invited.
But you know what, Hyde? That's a hard to find cover, bro.
Oh, it's a true believer.
It's hard to find.
It's a true believers.
It's the True Believers.
Oh, it's the True Believers. Oh, I got you. My bad. I missed that part. Because that cover is a hard to cover.
Really?
Hard to find cover, man. You don't see that book.
Oh, I got to find that crappy cover.
Because it's the last issue, man. I don't know why. I guess that's it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Shout out to Take the Time Collectibles, who's holding it down still in the comic book shop. He's getting ready to go take care of a customer and make sure that they get their new comic books. But thank you for joining us, Brian. We appreciate you for being here, bro. So that's all you picked up, Hyde.
Yeah.
Let us know when we're trashing that book.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you guys know immediately.
And so, George is as big as a Star Wars fan as I am, so he'll probably be there for that.
Probably bigger. Probably. I got my money on George. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I got my money on George on this one, dude.
Hey, I mean, for sure, I feel you. George doesn't have a baby on the way. I couldn't get up there the first day, okay? I would have loved to have been there on the first day.
George has been putting out some massive videos, bro.
Bro, you best believe the moment he put those up, my ass, no matter where I was like, I got to go use the bathroom. In the bathroom watching that shit. Oh my God. I can't wait to be up there. I'll be up there in 2 weeks, man. I cannot wait. All right. Libre, what you pick up?
All right. I picked up a lot of stuff today I got an A-OK to show, and I got something else for What's Poppin' and for George that I picked up today that I ordered like 3 months ago. All right, first off, I got the Catwoman.
That's
Make
great.
it quick. It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, it is.
I believe it's Art Germ. Homage, I guess, to Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yep.
I got the Venom, of course. I got the wraparound, which I got it just because I think it's a key. It might be a key book, so I said, why not? But I hate these wraparound covers, guys. These are horrendous covers.
I didn't see it. I love that cover, so I'll
It's
talk to you after
horrendous,
the
bro.
show. I will talk to you after the show. Yeah.
Horrible. I got X-Men House of X. I got this one, cover A. I had to get the Nimrod.
That's dope.
Beautiful cover. And my favorite one. This is a 1 in 10. I could not pass this up. I went to 2 shops. I only saw it at 1 shop. It's the dude. They put Locky.
Dude.
Oh, that's dope.
Dude, that is a beautiful cover.
That's dope.
What
So
shop?
let me ask you guys a question though, man. When you guys will get these variants, are they at the comic book stores when you find them?
Some of them, yeah.
Wow.
I walked in. I was the 3rd person in this one shop when it opened. And dude, nobody picked it. No, the other 2 guys didn't pick it up. So I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I know it's a 1 in 10.
Looks
And
awesome.
I was actually looking for this, and dude, I was happy I got it, man.
Do they mark up those variants?
Oh yeah.
They do.
I got it at cover price.
You-
I got
some-
it at cover
Really,
price.
you got it at cover price? That's nice.
Some
That cover price.
place, depending on the variant and like the variant ratio, George, they'll mark it up.
Yeah,
No,
but mine does. Mine
Yeah,
has. I'm like hard pressed to find any variant cover at my local place. West Palm sucks, man. I can't find shit.
Typically, like the 1 in 25, the 1 in 50 variants, they're definitely going to be marked up. But if it's a variant that's 1-to-1 order, so to speak, they don't typically get marked up too much.
Right.
Sometimes the 1 in 10 variants, they'll get marked up maybe just a couple dollars more than cover price.
Okay, I'm just gonna say I picked this up at a shop that I'm not even gonna say what shop it is, because I'm usually one of the few people in there, and I usually get really lucky when I first go there. And it's not my LCS; it's another shop. But I knew I was gonna find. I had a shot at that shop.
Awesome cover, bro. Really cool.
Should I call you out or no?
No, okay.
Because I know your shops.
Shut up.
Your shops.
All right, I know my shop too, and I love my shop. I love my shop.
I'll tell you off air, George, so you can go there.
I love this. I love my shop because I found the next couple of books at my shop, and bro, you're gonna heat your heart out right now, dude. All right, my book of the week is Silver Surfer Black. This book had me on edge. It was an amazing read. It was like what was the whole series has been building up, and I not only got this one, Chad.
Oh, dude, don't tell me you did it.
I got this one.
Damn it, bro.
Eat your heart out, son.
Yeah, I know. I believe that's the cover that Brian's talking about in the chat. He said, Chad, I got that Silver Surfer Black cover. So I'm hoping
dude.
Brian's got one for me because I want
you're
that
lucky,
cover.
bro. 1 in 25 variant.
I know. Damn, bro. I know some people were hating on it, but I love that cover, bro.
I love it too. I walked into my LCS and I was the 2nd person there. And dude, the other guy didn't go for it, so I saw it and I was like, it's gone, it's mine.
Oh,
and
bro.
This one was marked up a bit. Not crazy money, but it was marked up. And well deserved. This is a beautiful cover, dude.
I love Noel on that cover. I know at some parts he looks a little wonky, but I
saw it. I go, oh, dude, Chad's eating his heart out tonight, bro.
Oh, this effing guy. This
next thing, George. What's poppin'? I picked this up. I ordered it three months ago. When I got to the shop, Abby was like, my shop owner, she was like, everybody's been asking, what is this? Dude, I got this Select Bruce Lee.
Dope. That's dope.
Dude, it's so badass, bro. I'm not going to open it, but I'm dying to open it. I just don't want to ruin it. It's so badass, bro. It has all these heads and nunchucks, and it's just a bad piece, bro.
Yo, there's our next collecting on a budget, bro. Hi, Lucha Libre and What's Poppin'.
Man, that's dope.
Dude, I just love it. Okay. Real quick.
You got one more, bro. This guy, you went ham this
It was a big week for me. The biggest thing of my week was this. Picked up Chad. A few people have heard this story.
Oh,
Picked him up at the airport. Went to another shop that I love. And bro, we came across these two beauties.
That's nice.
First prints. Chad did the A-OK. He stepped up. He got them for me. He didn't have to. Got them at an amazing price. This is graphic novel, Marvel graphic novel #1, Death of Captain Marvel. Classic book. Graphic novel #5, God Loves, Man Kills. One of the
George, you need to read that. If you have not read that is one of
in the X-Men series. And Cornerstone X-Men book is this story right here, man. Just Chad, thank you, man. I called you. I told you afterwards, dude. These books mean something, man. Because I've been looking at it forever, and you just never see these books in the wild.
Thank you, High Lucha Libre. I can't
amazing.
I can't express my appreciation for you, and that's the least I can do. And at the price that he threw at you, if you didn't buy them, I'm buying them. So that's crazy, what was going to happen. And I knew you wanted those books, so of course. Yeah, I mean, it's the least I could do. You took me to the airport and picked me up, man. Yeah, so thank you for that.
Good anytime, bro. You don't need to do anything, bro. It's all good. It's all good.
All right.
Anytime, anything you need.
Sweet, man. That's awesome. And that's right. Seth knows. For all the 90 holics in the chat, we'll say it.
YouTube is 90.
YouTube is 90. That's right, brother. All right, George. Now, what have you picked up and what have you been working on? Because you kind of showed us something a little earlier that you were working on. So I want you to show that off if you can. But if you picked up anything else, comic book related, statue related, toys related, show it off, man.
All right. Can't show off everything I got, man. It's because the boxes are too damn big. Bro.
Okay.
Got 4 statues that just came in Monday, and I'm slowly bringing them home because the boxes are too damn big. So tomorrow I'm actually going to have a review on 2 of them. It's a set, and it's the Watch Dogs. It's a Watch Dog statue from the video game Watch Dogs. So I got that. I actually have a Ultimate Collector Series X-Wing that's going to be coming here soon, hopefully. And pick that up. And I've been working. What I've been working on is it's the D'Agostini Millennium Falcon, and this is about 4 hours worth of work right here. It's the cockpit of the
Wow.
So once this thing's built, it's a 1-to-1 scale Millennium Falcon to what they used for the actual filming prop in Empire Strikes Back. So it's going to be big. It's going to be like 30-something inches long, 20-something inches wide. It's got a big piece once it's finished. It's probably going to take me some while. So I built this part, and I'll show you one other. And then this as well. The
two most important parts. I love
that.
You're like, all right, so cool. What do I need to build first? Cockpit, and of course.
Wow.
Well, the instructions come pretty funny. It's because it comes in this huge book. So this is part of it right here. This is one of the books.
Oh my goodness.
There's 3 of these. So, or actually 4 of those books. But you get parts, and some of the parts are for whatever step it is that you're working on, and some of the parts are for things that aren't going to happen for step 50 and 60, like further down the line. So they just tell you in the instructions, put this aside. You're going to use it sometime later. Wow. And I'm like, man, why would you give me that now?
Like the 2 most important pieces of the Millennium Falcon. You're like, all right, cool. You built this. Now you're going to wait. Wow.
And that took you 4 hours?
Between that and this, they took me 4 hours to build. And, part of it is because I'm painting it as well as I'm going. So, like, I don't know if you can really even see it here, but you see, like, it's darker gray in here. When you get it, it's all this one color gray. So I went in and started coloring it in to give it some weathering. Same thing with the Falcon chairs. You can see, like,
it looks like it's been like satin.
Satin, right? So I had actually taken water down some black paint, and then I rubbed it in and all that, and then took it off with a paper towel to get that effect. I made some weathering details into the metal parts of the side panels, and even in the front here. It's a little bit lighter gray in some areas.
Is that painting in the instructions, or that's all you?
No, that's me.
Wow.
That's me messing with it. So I'm doing a time lapse video as I go down the line with it. So there's going to be a really, really long video once I'm done. But between that And then there's the X-Wing that's going to be coming in. So if you saw, I did a Millennium Falcon.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can even.
The Lego one.
Oh,
Lego one,
yeah.
I got
Bro.
that Mickey that came in the other day.
I was there for that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool when he got that Mickey.
Oh my God.
Oh,
nice.
bro. No, that's not even nothing, bro. George, can you put the lights on real quick on that or no?
Oh, I've seen the lights. I've seen the
bro,
lights. That's
That
nuts.
is the best part about that thing.
That is
bro.
nuts.
That is the best. He was like, yo, Chad, check this out. The whole lighting kit. I was like, what? That is sick.
So I got the X-Wing that matches up with that one, and then I'm contemplating if I'm going to get the Star Destroyer.
Contemplating.
Yeah, bro, it's expensive. The Star Destroyer and it's big. The Star Destroyer is bigger than that one. I don't know where I'm gonna put it if I get it. So, but I'm gonna have this itch to build something. So it's like I got to put things together. I'm a model freak.
You're gonna put it where that Batman statue is because you're.
No, my idea is right up here. I'm gonna take those out.
Go down. Oh, okay.
Put it up at the very top of my
bro. That'll be the vocal point too of that entire shelf too.
Yeah.
Sick.
Beautiful stuff, man.
Awesome, George. Thank you, man. Super cool. A little different on our pickup segment this week. I dig it, man. All right. So real quick, if you guys have not seen yet on Tacoma Comics, both Tacoma Comics and I were A-OK today by those guys, and we did a giant unboxing. And I'm not going to go through everything that I got because I went through it with Tacoma, but just real quick, it included this giant stack of books. So if you want to know what this stack is, go check out Tacoma Comics. And that is part of what I picked up, I guess you could say, today. And it also included this incredible Rick and Morty Vindicators #1 slab, 9.6. So shout out to those guys, whoever you are. I appreciate the love and the OK.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome, dude.
Super, super cool. And it was really cool to work with Tacoma for the first time. I'm a big fan of his channel and watched a lot of his shows, and he just pretty much goes live, drink beers, and talks comics with him and his friends, and it's pretty cool to watch and really cool to be on with him. So I hope that turns out to a show with me and him on it. But outside of that, today, like everybody else, you got to pick it up. You got to read it if you haven't. Some confusing things in this, but there was one part of this book that I absolutely love. They forefront a character that we all love, and yeah, just great stuff. Make sure you go read it if you haven't yet. Like everyone else, Venom issue 18 was another book I picked up today. I love everything that Donny Cates is doing. He is my favorite writer out right now. So, of course, I have my hands on this and everything that he's writing. As I mentioned earlier with Hyde and his King Thor issue #1, Jason Aaron and Esad Ribic coming back together to pretty much end the final story that Jason Aaron has on Thor. He's been writing Thor for the last 7 years, and now his story is finally coming to an end, and this is where it all takes place. He started on Thor with Esad Ribic, so I think it's really cool that he's ending it with him as well. And that first arc, the first 2 arcs, God Butcher and God Bomb, are some of my favorite Thor reads. So if you guys have not read that yet, definitely go check that out. King Thor issue #1 is the finale of Esad Ribic and Jason Aaron's Thor run. As High Lucha Libre mentioned earlier, Silver Surfer Black issue #4. As soon as we get off the air, I will be reading this one. I cannot wait to see what happens in this. He has been ranting and raving about this one, and that's got me intrigued because he's normally all about that House of X and Powers of 10. So excited to see what Kate is bringing us here. And last but not least, shout out to my boy Biggie Shaq in the chat, because if it wasn't for him, I would not be on this title. It is the mini-series Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool, the Tyler Kirkman cover A. I love this cover. I love this first issue, and I am super excited to see what is going to be happening in this issue. So get your hands on it if you guys have not yet. That has been your boy Y290's pickups for the week. And with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up, go through the panel, see what anyone's got going on this week. Hyde, you got anything going on your channel, bro?
Well, very soon I'm going to be talking about this Star Wars comic. I am not joking about that. That's going to happen. And honestly, unlimited guests on that. Just everybody pile on. And yeah, I know I keep saying it, but this weekend for real, I finally got my whole life and work and everything situated. The world, according to Frank Castle, is coming back soon.
Yes.
I promise.
We all love us some Frank Castle. So make sure you guys sub up D-Hyde so you can get everything that he's putting out on his channel. And once again, Hyde, thank you for joining us each and every week. Hi, Lucha Libre. What you got going on, bro?
Man, I recorded a video yesterday, and after thinking about it, I think I'm going to re-record it tomorrow, and hopefully I'll drop it tomorrow. It's a semi-spec video. Other than that, I'll be in Chicago this weekend, so I'll be hunting, hopefully in Chicago, see what I find. And that's about it, man. I'm just going to enjoy Chicago, enjoy my family, and read a few more books tomorrow. I just got to catch up on my reading, and that's about it.
Nice, dude. Well, have a good time in Chicago. And when you hit up those shops, let me know. Send me some pictures because I did not get to see them. So awesome stuff. George, we all know some marvelous things are always going down on the MCE channel. So enlighten us all if you could, please.
Should be by the end of the week. I should have at least the first review for the week. So that's going to be the Watch Dogs for my Pure Arts, 2 different statues based on that video game Watch Dogs 2. Also have going back to Galaxy's Edge on Saturday.
No way. Are you serious?
I'm so
serious,
jealous. I'm so jealous.
Serious. I got to pick up some boxes for a friend in Orlando, and I'm like, you know what? What the hell, bro? I'm going to go.
Dude, that's awesome, bro.
So I'm heading back there on at least just for the day for Saturday, and then I'm going to come back home, and I got to shoot some more videos. So I got that. I'm going to do a review on a Daredevil premium format statue. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. It's sculpted by Daniel Bell. Real awesome looking piece.
No, beautiful piece, man.
And then hopefully tackle some more on the Millennium Falcon. I'm on a Star Wars high right now, and I kind of want to get back into the Star Wars comic books that I've read a lot of them, but I want to go back and just read them all. So I'm probably going to start picking up some omnibuses and trying to refresh my mind with all that again. So
yeah, man, I recommend Charles Soule Vader run, Jason Aaron. When he
got the Vader run already.
When Jason Aaron took over the actual Star Wars line as well, it was great read. But no, that Vader Charles Soule run is one of my favorite reads of all time, man. It is so good, man. And what's awesome, it's in between 4 and 5.
Yep.
So
great book.
Great book. No, for sure. I'm right there with you. And then I also love the first run with Karen Gillian, if you haven't read that as well. So good stuff. Make sure you check it out. Sweet, man. I'm on a Star Wars high myself. As we all know, we're getting closer to that movie. And I'll be in Galaxy's Edge on the 27th and the 28th. So, George, if you somehow are up there, let me know. I'll meet you in the cantina.
Special trip, bro.
You never know. He might be.
I'll meet you in the cantina, brother.
I told everybody in the Marvelous Nights group, I was like, if you're going, hit me up, because I may just drive up there to go hang out.
It's an excuse for you to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want to hang out with you. I just want to go to Galaxy.
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, I got to go meet some people. I was like, they're down here for the weekend.
Oh, that is awesome, man. Hell yeah. Well, for all the 90holics that you guys know, YouTube is 90. And this Sunday, it is definitely happening. The Sunday night slab down. We got the Hot Rod the Rican versus Comic Books NYC in the team up cover matchup. So make sure you join me this Sunday for the MCE battle. The slab down battle. I'm getting ahead of myself because if I'm not mistaken, George, we should be on MCE Monday night on that Geek Show because we had a couple weeks off. So you can check me out on MCE on that Geek Show on Monday nights. And of course, every Wednesday right back here for Comic Book Day reviews, speculation, hauls, and stash or trash. So check me out if you haven't already. I want to thank all the 90holics in the chat. I want to thank this incredible panel for joining us today. And till next week, guys, go get your books.
Get them books.
We'll see you guys next week. Peace. Have a good week. And thank you guys once again for joining us because YouTube